Hello, welcome back to today's episode. So today is episode 13, and in today's episode, what we added in our system, we're adding the portals. So far we have different users. We have the student, we have the parents, we have the teachers, the secretary, admin, super admin, and so on. So you can see the logged in person right now is an admin. And an admin, you can see, has this portal where they have this whole a lot of stuff, a lot of resources, a lot of links, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I want to check. You can see from the statistics, this school has 4 students, 3 teachers, and this parent. If you go to the parents, you will just notice we have this person whose contact is this. The email is parent@unique, and if you can view of course the information about this parent and so on and so forth. And now if you go to students, we have 4 students, and we have this Gemma Fernandez. If you just look at the details, I think you can see the parent. So here the parent is Mwebazi Johnson, who is actually this parent we show here. Okay, this parent here, Mwebazi Johnson. And then we have also another one who is a teacher. We can look at this teacher, who is Keith Anderson, and this is the one. So we just want to go ahead and log in, and we see if these people can log in respectively. So far we made those 3 portals, one for the teacher, one for the student, and one for the parent. I'm just going to start with the logout from here, and I will just start with for the student. So they used, for instance, student, and let's start with the parent. Anyways, parent at unique. So when you just put in parent here, and then you can pass in the password, which is this one. Let's just go ahead and try to log in. So now this one logs in the portal. You can see this one takes into the portal, and this is the parent. You can see welcome parent Mwebazi Johnson, and this is his image, and this is his email, and is able to log in. Now it has this link. Of course, we are going to customize these ones. Right now we're not working on these analytics. We have the analytics for the parent to look at, but right now we're just working on making sure that every person have their own portal. And you can see we added in a different sidebar, a different dashboard that is different from the admin. So you can click on my children, and this one will fetch all the children that belong to this parent. And then you can see, for instance, Gemma Fernandez. This is the reg, and this is the class, this is the stream, the age. Now we haven't worked on this one, these where you can view the student, his student details, or the child details. We are going to work on that in the future videos, but so far this person can log in and can have customized experience. We went ahead and also protected the pages. For instance, there is also the page for teacher and for the student. So if you just say, for instance, you go and you try to access for the patient. Let's first go ahead and access this actually. Let's just log out. If we log in now as the teacher, let's go ahead and log in as a teacher. I'm just going to log in as a teacher, Okay, so I'm logged in. Welcome teacher Keith Anderson. Don't care about this, but you can see he has different links. You can see exams, question bank, and exam papers. We haven't worked on these ones. We work them on the next thing. But one thing is, if he tries to access, for instance, the portal for, if he tries to access for the parent, for instance, if he just goes and tries to access the parent, something like this, he will just get this not authorized. You are not authorized to view this page. Okay, you can also not access for instance the student. You can see not authorized. If he tries to go to, for instance, the dashboard where we have only the admin, it is only the admin who can view the dashboard and the super admin. If you try to go to the dashboard, you see it's still redirected back to the portal. He cannot go to the dashboard. He will just go back to the portal, and even in the portal, he is so protected he cannot go anywhere. Finally, we can also log in as a student. So I'm just going to log out this one, and let's go ahead and log in as a student. And this is student. Okay, just like this. Okay, so you can see the students also logged in. Welcome student, and this is Gamer Fernandez, and he's going to be able to see the timetable. For instance, if he clicks here, you can see student timetable will be here and blah blah. He has this link. The student, he cannot try to access, for instance, the parent cannot access this, or cannot access as well the dashboard. Okay, so like everything is protected at high level, and we managed to achieve this. We managed to give them, to protect the pages. We managed to route. So we did specifically 3 things here. We did page protection, we did sidebar rendering. You can see the links on the sidebar, they are rendered nicely. And routing, everyone is routed wherever they are supposed to be. So if you're a teacher or if you're a student, you will be routed to the right place. And then we started customizing these ones. I will customize them in the next episode. We customize these ones to look exactly, to have the data we need in each specific place. Okay, so thank you so much. Let's dive in and get started. Hello, welcome to another episode. It has been really long. Welcome back to from the holidays. Hoping that everything went well. I had enough time to rest, and I had good holidays. And welcome back to this episode. So today is going to be episode 13, and we are resuming from where we stopped. And we have a couple of features we want to implement in today's episode. We have a lot to go, but what I just want to say that we are back. And this year we have a lot of applications that we need to build. And as I said in one of the videos, I'm going to be shifting most of my work to be doing it here on YouTube. So I might just be making series and a couple of series moving on simultaneously, building different applications, because I might not have enough time to really work on the client projects and at the same time produce content. So most of the applications, lucky for you, I might be actually be building them here on the platform so that you guys can relearn as much as possible. So where we ended up, we created the dashboard overview. This was really nice what we did in our previous episode. It was really nice. So in today's episode, we're just going to be looking at different users logging in into their portals, and we are going to start. So we're going to implement page protection. So let me just go to Excadro. So we'll be implementing uh, page protection. That means that teachers can log into the teachers. They can log into the teachers portal. Then we have the students, and then we have the parents, and then we have the admin. Okay, so we have these roles so far. I think these are the current roles we have. I guess they are going to increase to more roles as we move on, but so far we have these roles. We'll add also the secretary. I believe there must be like a secretary somewhere. Okay, so just going to have the secretary. So we'll have these four rows. We have these four rows so far, and the things we want to make sure that we implement, we're just going to have when it comes to how we are going to create these portals, they're going to be a combination of page protection and also the link rendering proper links. So the two things we have to ensure. Two things we have to ensure. One is to ensure that the pages are protected. So the first thing we need to do is page protection, meaning that if someone is a student, he cannot see the pages that are supposed to be for parents. If someone is a parent, cannot see the one for teachers, for example. So here we have also the teachers. You cannot see for teachers, and teachers cannot see for admin, vice versa. So that is the first thing we need to add, page protection. The second one is sidebar links rendering. So here we have to make sure that we are actually rendering to the let's say to the right place. Okay, we are rendering to the right place. The right links on the sidebar, the ones that they are seeing, and then what is sidebar rendering, and maybe even routing. So we're going to be routing to different places. I was thinking of to have a different dashboard look than this one that has this, because you're going to see, like for teachers, they're not going to see all these things the way we added them. For instance, for these the admin is looking at these advanced stuff. You have a lot of things you are looking at, right? All these things here. We might just exemplify this, and we add a simple dashboard for the teachers. For instance, we might not route to dashboard, we might route to, for instance, to teachers. Okay, after someone logging in, we can know which portal we need to log in, and then we just go to that portal. Okay, might just have to go to that portal, and we route to that. So we might just have portals, and if you just go to, we might just add, let me just go to simple UI. I might just go to not nav bars. I need the sidebars. Yeah, we might just not add in this this one, the one we added in. I believe we might actually just go and add in this one. For this case, I believe we could add in something like, let me first go to this one. Yeah, so for the photos, we might actually just add in these ones, like something like this one. Not really complicated for the teacher. So like here you can see the links are very few and I want them to be like this. Okay, while for the admin, because things are so many, for instance, the admin of the school and the super admin, they can look at this, but I don't want the parents to have links like these ones. Okay, so just going to adopt this kind of UI, this one. So I'm just going to start simply by creating the portal. So that means like this is going to be a different layout. So we have this back, as you can see here. Now if you look in this back, it has this check. So I'm just going to first create another one. For instance, I'm just going to create a new folder, and this folder, let's call it portals. Okay, okay, so we have this. Is it the spelling of portals? I don't know. So you can just like copy this layout that is in here. Not this one. I just want this layout that is in here. Okay, copy this, and let's go to portals. First, I'm just going to create page dot tsx rfc. Just going to put like h2, and just going welcome to the portal, welcome to the portal. And then let's go ahead and put this layout file, and you can just like paste it like so. Okay, so the most important thing is there is this check whereby we just check if there is a user, and then afterwards we're just going to check the sidebar thing and all that. This is maybe so huge for now. Just going to check a simple thing while we have the portal sidebar and all that kind of stuff, and even portal header and that. So the easiest thing we can just like do is first actually adding this whole entire thing. We can just add this and to the portal. We might just remove these things. Maybe we could leave the tables, but I think we're just going to add this, and then we have also this and this. Maybe welcome. I don't know what we're going to add here for now, but let's like try to add this into our app. Okay, instead of seeing all these for now, let me just only add, I'm just going to change this to be portal layout. So this is going to be portal layout. Portal layout, children, and I'm just going to first leave the children. So here I'm just going to say children for now, just like this. So if we just go to back here and we say wait, we cannot have this, it is going to crash. So what we need to do is we need to create something instead here. Okay, so we cannot just know if it's going to be a teacher or something. So I'm just going to add a folder which is going to be portal. Okay, maybe if we wanted, we could just have the portal, and then we have slash, for instance, portal, then slash students and all that, because this is about the linking. So I'm just going to do this. then this page is going to go inside the portal. Okay, so this is going to work right now. So if I just go to portal, I'm not sure if that's the spelling of portal I'm using. Let me just come here. If I say, for instance, teachers portal, I just want to see like if the spelling portal is there. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like this is the portal. Okay, the teachers portal and so on and so forth. Okay, teachers portal. Okay, so I'm just going to see what this shows here now. Okay, so you can see welcome to the portal. Okay, nice. And then we'll be now having portal students and portal that and portal that. And we might just use this page for routing. For instance, if you route a user to this, then we're just going to know which portal should we route them. Is there an admin? And we should just use this point to know where to route the person. And then we can just have the slash students, for instance, student, like this, portal student and portal teacher and portal what. We're just going to have different people right now. For now, just like first add this. I'm just going to go to React UI, and what I just want is getting this code, right? I'm just going to go and get this code, dismiss this, and I'm just going to simply copy everything. And let me go back to page and just paste everything here, like so. Okay, so the only thing is to see what do we miss and we install it. For now, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to divide this into parts so that I can be able to do that. So the first thing I'm just going to do, also removing the things we don't want. Okay, so for instance, which parts do you want? We want the sidebar. This header we don't, we want because we want to see the logged in user anyways. What I don't want is, for instance, this recent appointments. I'm just going to remove this. I'll also remove this recent patients so that I don't have this. I'll just only have these ones. Okay, so that is good. Let me first go to, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the appointment thing, right? So we have this first part here which says welcome. We have the analytics, nice. Then this is where we have recent appointments. So this div here, I'm just going to take this off. We don't need it. And I don't know, do we have anything to install? It doesn't look like we have anything to install. Actually, we have everything installed, I guess. Let me just go to School Pro. Yeah, so it's starting very nicely. You can see, I like it. And this one has gone. So the only thing we just need to do is start removing some things, right? Let's remove some things. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, let me see. So let's just first go ahead and create this sidebar. We're just going to create like the portal sidebar and also on and so forth. So let's first clean out all these things that we are not using. Patients, can you remove this. Just going to look at the things we are not using. Appointments, remove. Analytics, okay. And then here we can remove this also. Okay, so those ones are okay right now. Okay, we have the analytics, and then we have sidebar links. So I want to divide this. Okay, I want to divide this. How do I divide this? How do I divide this here? So normally you can just go here and you have this Acme. So this one here. Then you have this navigation. Then you have the card. Okay, so all these on this one, this is the sidebar, and then inside here we have the header plus this whole thing here. Okay, so it's divided into three parts. The first one is the sidebar, so this one is going to be the layout sidebar. Copy this. I'm just going to go to components and let's put portal. I'm just going to go ahead and create inside here portal sidebar dot tsx rfc, and let's go ahead and return this. Okay, so we can just go here quickly. We get everything in terms of these imports, and then we remove the ones we don't want. For now, I'm just going to copy everything like this. Then we can just go ahead and remove the ones we don't need, like this. I know we need the path name at some point, but I can remove this avatar thing. I can remove this and some of these icons. Okay, I'm just going to first leave them. We just come later for this, removing some of these things we don't want. Okay, so I have for errors. Can I fix these ones? Sidebar links. So just go and get the sidebar links. So go back to the page and let's copy some things inside here. The sidebar links and also the path name, I believe. Okay, just go here inside and let's define these two things. Okay, so we need now the we had removed these icons, we need them. Of course, these ones, they will all change, so in a second we just like put the ones which are matching. For now, let's just like focus to have no error. So this looks like everything is sorted right now. Okay, so let's go back to the portal, to here, and I can now remove this, and I can just go where I have this, and I just simply say portal sidebar like this. Okay, nice. And then we have the portal header, this one here. Copy this. So I'm just going to go where I have the copy sidebar. Inside here, I'm also just going to have the portal header .tsx, and just going to have RFC, and then just simply return this header. So just go back and we get also everything here. Let's go here, just get all these things, copy them, and let's go ahead and add them here. Okay, we remove the ones we don't need. For instance, this we are not using the path name. The only thing I'm just going to remove, I think, is the input. I don't think we need the input in any way. There is this input. I don't think we need this. However, we might just replace with something. For now, let's leave it, this input here. I don't know what we're going to replace with this, but I don't need it. Okay, so one more thing I need to add is what? Okay, is to use now this portal header inside here. So where I have the header, I'm just going to remove it, and I say portal header like this. And finally, where we have the welcome message and the button that is on the right, and then we have this grid. So I will just take this grid, and this grid are just going to be the I will just go inside the portal, and let's create analytics. It's going to have like portal analytics. Portal analytics.tsx. So before we paste this, let's say RFC, and let's just go back and return this. So we just simply need the analytics plus the card. So I'm just going to go back here. We can just get the analytics, copy this to the analytics here, and then go back here and let's get the card. Just like this. And then we can also get this let's get this analytics. I want to get this types. May get these types on top here. Okay, so just import this, and let's get all the icons we need here. Okay, it seems like everything is now okay. We still have two errors which are from the link component, so I'm just going to import the link component. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So just go to the portal. I can take off this and even the analytics, simply because now this div, we completely have it there side. So I can just come here and I just simply put the portal analytics. Okay, let's look at now the things we don't want from here. this one goes, and these, or are all these icons going? Yes, I believe so. All these icons, all these card, and this avatar, input, all those ones goes. Okay, so where are we using the rest of the things? Do we still need these two functions? Okay, so we have this checking thing. Do we need this button? I don't know. For now, I'm just going to remove it and put like a p tag saying status maybe. Like, we'll see what we're going to add on that. Okay, Rena, remove this, and as well as this. Okay, so I think everything right now looks clean. Okay. Okay, let's now start some things. I'm just going to name this one as the portal something like this. Okay, so we need to also break this into the layout. Okay, so what I just normally do is copy everything and take it to the layout. So here where we have the layout, just inside here, in fact, just remove everything and paste it here. So where we have these ones, so we have this header. So where we have this flex h screen w, so this here, okay, this here is going to become our children. So this is going to be the children. So we will have the header and the sidebar on this, like so. Yeah, like that. So if I just go back to this side, we only need this one here. Remove everything and leave this. While we have only the welcome and the analytics. Let's see if there is still any difference. Okay, no difference. So far so good. So we have integrated in the everything we need. I'm just going to make this logout, so I can quickly go into the let's first clean out this page a little bit, remove these. Okay, so I just want to simply go now to the layout, and I want to go to the sidebar. So there is where we have this. We can clean out this one nicely, and maybe we make only leave this button here. I'm just going to remove everything, and I'm just going to leave this button to be the logout button. Maybe you just need to, yeah, this looks good. So very clean, and so we're going to start putting in these things here. And for now, even these links here, we just know which links to add, but we can first get the logged in user and we pass all those things in their side. So already the good thing is that if you just go in the portal and you go to the layout, we already have in the logged in user. So we have the user, So if you want this user in the header, for instance, you simply just say we are passing in the user who is going to be equal user, and then go to the header, and then you can just say user is going to be equal to user. I don't know where this user is coming from. So the easy way is to go and see this. I can go back to the layout, and then I go to this get server function, because it must be giving us the user, like return user as user. So you can see we have this user here. Okay, so that's the user we are going to look for. Let me just go and look for that user. Can't we? So it's going to be user of type user. Okay, so you can see we have the user here. Nice. Okay, so now that we have the user, we can do whatever we want with the user. We have these links which we just to work on. Also this one, this is for the responsive. Let me also remove everything and leave the logout. Okay, here we have the form, then we have this avatar thing. Okay, so and then this is supposed to be this one. I'm just going to make it also a component. Okay, maybe just because this is in the header, but I'm just going to make this a component which takes in also the, I think, the use or something, I don't know. I'm just going to first copy it and just go to the portal. I'm just going to say use avatar.tsx. Okay, RFC, and let's return this. And you can just go here in the header. Let's go ahead and get these things here. We can just get the card is no longer important. So let me just get some of these things here. Okay, so we still have two errors, I believe. Just remove React, and maybe you could just put use client. I don't know if we need use client. For now, let's just leave it there. And then we don't need this. Also, we don't need this. And then we also don't need all these. Okay, nice. So let's go ahead and get this user. So we have this where we have the CN and blah blah, but for now we could pass in the whole user, or we could pass in the the name plus this. We already have also the generate initials. I saw that function somewhere for generating the for the initials, but who knows, they just like just input the user just like this. User is of type user, just like that. And then we could just come here and get initials with get initials. I don't know what that function is, but we can just say const initials is equal to get initials. Do we have this? Yeah, there is. I'm seeing it somewhere in the portal header. Can we first add this function somewhere in the utilities? So we could just get this and add it in the utilities, just cut this, and let's go to the utilities in the lib, and we could just do get initials. That is, if we don't have, we already have the get initials. Yeah, I'm seeing we have get initials. Okay, let me just go use this and see. So in the header, do we still need it in the header? Let me just go to the user avatar and I say get initials, and let's pass in. If you just see this, you pass in the name. So it's going to be user dot name. Okay, nice. And then these initials, we can put them here. Initials. And for the image, it will be here. So we can just do this. Okay, just going to say if user dot image, so you can see this is going to be always this. So you can just say if user dot image, and the default, I'm just going to add this. Sorry, I'm just going to add this, and this I'm just going to add this question mark, just like that. Even this one, like so. Okay, so the initials, and then for now here I'm just going to add the user dot name, just to be safe. Just add like that. The same thing here, I'm just going to add user dot email. Okay, just like this. Sorry, just like this. And then we have the logout. We can first leave that, and then just go back to the header, and where we have all these here, I'm just going to go ahead and add the user avatar, and this passing the user, let's go ahead and put in this user, just like that. Nice. Okay, for these links, we also have them. These links you are seeing here, we'll have them because they'll be shared on the header and the sidebar. But for now, let's, we are not. Let me just try to log in again. I don't know if our session is done. 2026, I believe. Okay, so we are on the portal. Let's go back to the portal. Okay, so currently the name, yeah, at least this is okay, and for the image they are showing this one. I'm not sure if we should show the image or we should show the we could easily, by putting on this user avatar, if I wanted to show these initials, if there is no image, we could put the default image, or we could put empty here. If you put empty there, I think it will show now the initials, just like that. This error, it must be like for the empty string was passed to the source attribute. Okay, so here we could add a default image altogether, or we could actually take off this, or what we could do is actually since we could do something like this, we could check if user, okay, and then user dot image, and we could just say if this is true, then we do this. Like, this is a good way to have that. And then for this one also, the odd, I'm just going to give it this. So we are good. So now we check, we can show this avatar just in case if the image is there. If not, we show this. Nice. And then here we can add also the welcome. Let's add the welcome message for now. Welcome message, it is here. So we could actually get the user here. So just simply get the user on this line here, and let's go ahead and then make this async, and of course remove this, use client, and then get this, and let's go ahead and say welcome, and here we don't know this, we just simply say welcome, and we put the name of the person. This is user dot name. Okay, nice. So we can just like do this, and now you can see welcome to Lens. We're just going to put maybe the role. Okay, for instance, we could just say render. We could just come here and we want to render the title here, maybe teacher what, so we could just put the maybe the role. We could just say here, let me just say user dot role. Maybe you could just put in the uppercase or something, or to sentence case or something. So I just put the dash maybe here. This is going to be welcome admin, and then like Matunji Lawrence. Okay, so for now this will work for us. Okay, yeah, this will work for now. Okay, so we just like we have to render the right people in the right direction. So far we have this portal having also the authentication. The only thing just going to have now is to make sure that the right people are in the right places. If someone is a teacher, and then should be redirected to the site like that, and for instance these links should show for the teacher. So for instance, let's go here and customize these links. So let me just go to the header, portal header, and then the portal sidebar. I think this is the first place we need to customize this. So we need to have different, let me just remove this card. We'll remove also these icons in a second, but for now what we need is to have these links divided. So for instance, we can say we're just going to say here, for instance, const, we're just going to create a function. Let's say first create a function which is going to render render sidebar links. Maybe we could just say render navigation. Okay, just we're going to just say render links or render just go with the logged in user links, and this is going to be the function, and this is going to take in the role. Okay, logged in is double G. This is going to be taking in the role. This can be just going to be like of type user role. I'm not sure if we have like user role. Okay, for now just say string. This one want to be string, but let's just say string. Now here could just say const common links. So we might just have like some common links that are going to be shown to all of them. Right now, let me just make it empty. This one should just be an array of some link. Let's say, for instance, this dashboard or whatever, like so. And then let's say that now we're going to have other links. Okay, let's say we have links, so I'm just going to say const links is equal to, so just have an object. Now we could just have them divided into different roles. So for instance, we could just say an admin, so this is going to be a key admin. So this can be an object, or is going to be, I think, an array here. We can just say admin should have these links. Let's say all the links. For now, I'm just going to say let the admin have maybe all the links like this. Okay, so just paste all these here. All the admin has all the links. Let's say teacher. So I'm just going to come here and I say teacher should have maybe, so there's a comma here, I guess. And then teacher can have, let's say it's going to have only orders, just only testing this, just to have this how it is going to work. So we could just stop like on this one. Let me just like leave only this and maybe just make it exams, for instance. Exams, and for parents, let's say they are going to have, we will be adding, I guess, more and more, but for now let's just say this is going to be parents, and you could just add here, for instance, for now maybe students, like how many students belong to this parent, maybe. Okay, yes, only these are the links. So far we have these three. Maybe we could just also have like the secretary, and maybe here I'm just going to say secretary, and maybe here I'm just going to say enroll, or maybe users or something like this. I don't know. So just have these are our links. So we could just come here and return. So below these links, we could just say return an array, which is having, for instance, the common links plus, we'll just get links, and then 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 we' I think links at raw. Now, of course, this is just going to have this going to also to be an array, I believe. Like put this in this, like so. Now this the type of this here has to be, if you look at this, it has this key. So we could just say for now any, just like this. Still doesn't solve the problem. We could just say as okay, so for instance, say here string, but then here we could just say links row. So this row is going to be as key of, so we could just make sure we have these links. I don't know, how can we just give this, like it's supposed to be key of, as key of this. Can I just go and I'm just going to use AI here to add for me the types. Okay, I'm just going to go to cloud and just maybe a new thing. I don't want to disturb this one. Just going to say cloud. I'm just going to say please add types. So I'm just going to make sure that yes, it adds like the proper types, I think, to this. Okay, so we have, for instance, interface for the nav link. Okay, just add it here. You can just like import this roasted icon, and then we have also this. Okay, so there is user role and type for the links object structure. It is k in user role returning this. Okay, this is nice. So inside here we can just say this is going to be user role, and then it's going to return back. So this is returning back the nav link array. So here, and then we can just like put the return type. So here just put the nav link array, just like this. This defines the return type, and the think now everything should be okay. So down here we do everything the way we did. Links, these are row links, and this is the nav link. Okay, so then down here when you're just returning, so we return this with no problem now. So just go back down here, make sure you are in the right place. So this return here, like so, and you can just leave everything like the way it is. Okay, nice. So since we are passing in this user role, which is of this type, so you should export this type somewhere. Export. Okay, and then we could just cut this and let's add it in the types. So while we have the types here, we could easily add this type, and then for here let's import the user role like so. Okay, now when we come back to this, how this one is going to work is that we're just going to pass in, for instance, the role. So you could pass in the role or the user. It doesn't matter here in the portal sidebar. I don't know what we need. Do we need I don't know. For now, let's first pass in the role. Let's just do this. We could pass in the whole user or the role. Just say user role, and then user role of type maybe user role, just like this. And then we could just come and generate the sidebar links based on that. So just remove all the sidebar links and just say it's going to be equal to this render logged in links, and then you pass in the user role, just like this, the one we pass in here. And when they get them, they render them here. Now we have to go to this portal sidebar and we pass in the user role. So in the layout here, let's go ahead and say user role is equal to user dot role. Now this might be having another one, but you can just say as user role. Okay, so right now we are good. If I just go back here, it shouldn't have any errors, which is not true. Okay, I still have the same exact links, okay, except that now these ones are being rendered. You can see it has actually dashboard, and this is because of the common link issue. So if you go back here, there is common links. If you go in the common links right now, we have this first link. So maybe I could just either leave and go to the links in the admin. I remove this like so, and you can see now. Okay, nice. This is good. Now one thing now we have to do is to render the right let's see, we have to render to protect the pages. Okay, let's say that we have 2 pages. I'm just going to create them inside the portal. So let's say inside the portal we have some here. Let me just create some students, and inside the students we're just going to have, for instance, like page .tsx. Let's say here RFC. I'm just going to say here h2 welcome student, and okay, then I'm just also going to maybe duplicate this to rename this to, let's say, teacher, portal teacher, and this one is supposed to be maybe student. Maybe not students. Okay, so inside the teacher is going to be welcome teacher, and then inside this we'll have also like the parent, and then let's put page the tsx, and we put, I'm just going to put here welcome, and this one is the parent, so you say welcome parent. Nice. Okay, so if you just try to go right now to, for instance, students, just like this, Oh, okay, this one is not there. We just have to attach it to the portal. So portal student, just like this. Okay, so you can see welcome student. Okay, but this person who is logged in is not a student. He can visit this one. So we want, for instance, an admin, if he tries to visit something like this portal student, to be given a nice thing which says you're not welcomed here, or something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to create another component, not necessarily inside here. This is going to be in components, and it's going to be role based wrapper dot tsx, and then you say RFC, and I'm just going to say, so what do we want here? So this one should also take in the role, I believe, and the children. So I'm just going to say children and role, and then we can just come here and we say props, whatever. We just like come here and define interface props. So it will have children, which is going to be React node, and then we also have the role. So this is going to be allowed roles, which is going to be maybe of type user role. Array, and then so here just going to pass in the allowed roles. Okay, so now we, of course, at the end of the day, we want to return the children. Let me just first add here the children. But before that, what we would want to do is to first actually get the user. So just say const user is equal to await get server user, like this. And that means this is going to be an async function getting the user. And if there is no user, then simply we can just say what do? We want to we just have this in the layout. Why am I overthinking? We have it here, redirect. So if no user, simply redirect. Okay, so if there is no this, let's go ahead and redirect, get this redirect from this. Okay, nice. Now here we want to get we want to render, want to check the role, so want to check the allowed roles. So right now we can just get the user role. So const user role is equal to user dot role. Okay, of course we can just say as user role as user I don't think just here there is even a need. Then just say if you just look at this is of type user role. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to come here and what do we say? We're just going to check. We have to check if what do we need to check? So for instance, if allowed roles dot includes, I think, user role. So we could just say here like this, does not include user role. Isn't saying about type. Okay, super admin is missing in this. So the good way actually to do this is to go in this and let's go to user, and in the user we have this. So I'm just going to cut this for now. Put this one as user role. Click on the user role and then simply paste this. Okay. For now I have super admin, teacher, and the students and so on, and then even this one is going to be user role, just like that. I mean, hope we're not breaking anything for now. So when you just go back to wherever in the role-based wrapper, we have if does not include. So here I'm just going to put this, we're just going to say return. So this is why we have the not authorized component. So we can just create the not authorized component from maybe the 404. Let me see this not found component. It looks really nice. I think we could use it. Okay. Let's first see here. If I told v0, what would it create? v0 create a not authorized component that as nice card. Let's just first see like here what is going to create. Just very fast we see that. Okay, just say not authorized. Sorry, you don't have permissions to access this page. Please contact the administrator if you believe this is an error. Okay, so I think this looks okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just get this not authorized .tsx. Just come here to components and let's go ahead and create not authorized .tsx. Okay, so and now in this here where we have return, I'm just going to say return not authorized. This is a component, therefore we should just do this. Okay, so this, and then down here we have return this. We could just actually remove this. We do this. I think this should work. Let's go and wrap this, for instance, around the students. So if I just go here inside the student page, maybe, so you're just going to create, of course, small layout, but let me just go and I say role based wrapper. And the most important thing that you will pass in, can't find role, just get this. The only thing you need to pass in is going to be the user role. What do we pass in? Children plus the allowed roles. So just go ahead and pass in maybe the allowed roles. And this is an array, I believe. How do I do this? Okay, so let's just go ahead and pass in, for instance, for this case is a student. I want the students to see only this page. So for now, it should, if I go back, okay, we have some other issues now. Yeah, so you can see right now, it went ahead and rendered this not authorized. Okay, so because the person who is logged in right now has a different role, therefore it shows this. Okay, that is nice. If you're not authorized to see a certain page, you will be given this a humble thing here, and you just say return maybe to the dashboard or something. We may just even put return back or something. I don't know. So right now what we need is actually to make sure that we log out and then log in. Let's make the logout work. Okay. If I just go to the student, let me just go to sidebar. We have some error they said because of, I think, secretary. So I can just go to this user role. I'm just going to simply add in one more, which is actually the secretary. So if we just go back, oh, here we just need to say this is role links, I believe. Okay, there is no admin, I believe. So if you just go, this does not exist in the role links. So if you just go in, this is having the user role, and in this, oh, but you can see we have the admin, teacher, this, that. Maybe the one we missing is the super admin. I'm just going to add for the super admin. I'm just going to be an empty array for now. Okay, and they're saying super does not exist in the role links. let's first see this row links. It is k in this. Let me see. We have the super admin, teacher, student, parent. I don't know why this is happening. Let me just add in one object like this. Okay, super admin object editor may only specify known properties. Super admin does not exist in the type row links. Okay, if I first actually remove this, you just have the same thing. Admin does not exist. Okay. Let's look back on what we had done here. Okay, this is not an array, it is an object. So this is an object. Just like that. If you hover here, they're saying property student is missing in this. Okay, we have super admin, teacher, parent, secretary. Okay, let's just have student. Okay, student, and there you can just be maybe timetable. Okay, so what I want right now is to actually log out. We're trying to implement logout for this button. I think we already have the functionality for logout button or something. Let me first check in the might be having some functionalities for the logout somewhere. We have the user menu. We have the handle logout. So we could export this function, export async function. The problem, it is inside the user menu, so I can move this outside. Oh, we're getting clear session from the use session. Okay, so I will just like instead just like get this, maybe remove this export. I'm just going to get this. Okay, let me just go to start with the header, and then let's go to avatar, and then here I'm just going to have this. We already have the initials, and then router is equal use router from next navigation. We already have a user, and then we can just get this from the store. Okay, So what we just need to is to handle this handle logout. So for this one, this one cannot take in on click, does it? Okay, and let's just say handle logout. Okay, let's just go and also add it on this button. Similarly, in the photo sidebar, we are having the user. Let's remove some of the things. Let's get this from navigation. Now, I don't think we need, in this case, the user. We just need this. Okay, and then we're just going to go to where we have this button, and we're just going to say on click, just going to say handle logout. Okay, so let's go ahead and now the problem I have is that I don't know. For the, let's first go to the dashboard. We log in maybe as a teacher or something. If you go to users, we have like teachers. These ones have 2 teachers. So we have this teacher whose email is this. Now I'm not sure what is the password of this teacher. If the password is not there, then we might need to create, we can just say create a new teacher actually. Okay, the one you're going to be using as a demo case, this the email is going to be, maybe let's name this one as teacher, and then teacher at unique.com. Okay, just something like this. I will have to take this one, then the password is going to be, if it is teacher, let's just say teacher at just like this, teacher at 2024. Then let's leave other things, the what is teaching, just add for now, just we can add all the classes, doesn't matter. Okay, let's just go add some other things. Phone number, Uganda, national ID. Okay, mail, phone. I think this is okay. The most important thing is this email, of which I'm just going to copy, and let's go ahead and choose the image. Okay, in this, can I get any user here? Let me just use my image. Okay, save teacher, assuming everything is still working the way we left it. Okay, so successfully created. Okay, so we have the teacher with a new number here. Okay, nice. So what I need is to log in as this teacher. Okay, I want to log in as this teacher. So let me just go ahead and log out. So what is going to happen on the login right now, we have to do one more thing that we need to test. So if you just go back to the login pages, auth login, so we have this login. So if you see, upon login and submit, we get the set loading, we get the social data, we get the role, and then we go ahead and fetch the school, and we set the school, then we set the user, and we are saying if the role is admin, we say if the role is equal super admin, then we post to onboarding, otherwise we post to this. Now we don't want to do that. Okay, I think at this point, maybe if for instance, this is why we need to route the person in the right place, right? For now, since we have the role, we can push this person in the right place. Okay, so I think for now we can just like push to the portal. Okay, let's just push to the portal. We could just say else if. For now, I'm just going to say, for right now, I'm just going to say here is going to be portal. But then I'm just also going to do here else if. So else if just copy this. So this is going to be if the role is equal to, and we could just give this if the role is equal to this admin, let's route to dashboard for now. Dashboard. Okay, so if it's the admin, route this, otherwise let's go to the portal. Nice. We'll handle this later on, just to point in the right direction, but let's just go ahead and log out. I wanted to log out from the portal side. Okay, so can I just go ahead and log out using this button we created? Okay, so let's just go ahead and paste the, so what was the name of the email? I'm just going to go here in the API and maybe okay, so there is this teacher here. Okay, what should I do? I could just go to Postman to the API. And open the School Pro API. Okay, and then go to, for instance, users, get teachers. Okay, so we want to see the last one. And we need of the email. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste this, and then now I'm just going to put back this password thing back to the password input, because I really need to see that toggle thing. So on the login, we had removed from the form, we are using, instead of the password input, we are using this normal input here. I think I'm just going to leave on this password input. And I'm also going to pass in the page, I believe. So let me first take off this one. So right now it takes in this, and we're in the login. It has this forgot link. If I hover on this, it takes in type to tip icon. So we're going to use the fact that on this page we have the forgot link. I'm just going to go here. Maybe the only thing that we want to remove is this check for this, the minimum length. So I'm just going to also maybe render two inputs. So I'm just going to check here, and I just say if we have forgot password link, if this is true, then this is a login page, right? Else, this is a register page. So in this login page, really what I don't want is can I just go back? Forgot. So this is the login page where we have this input. I just want to say required true only. I'm not going to check the minimum length or even apply this pattern. So this should be checked on the register. Here maybe we just only leave required true. Just going to see if that one works. Anyways, let's refresh. We can test if this we have the show password. We can test if this works if I enter something like super admin, I don't know, super, and then like we have admin, and you can see this is working, I believe. So you see, I don't know, did it try to log him in. I don't know what happened, but I just first tried the teacher. Jesus, like we have the email for the teacher. Let me just go back to the API, get the email, teacher, and then the password was teacher. At maybe does it like 1024 like that? So let's just like see. Okay, nice. So you can see we have been logged to the portal with the right image of the teacher and even the email and welcome teacher, and we have the name of the teacher. Now even the links that you see here, these are the links that we specified in the sidebar. So for instance, in this portal sidebar, okay, we have the, actually, do we need this data? We don't need this. So we went and added the links. There are these sidebar links. These are generated from this function, and if you just go up here and you look for the teacher, he has these exams and plus the ones that we have in this, okay, the common links, which is the dashboard, and then this live website is this link that we have below. I think we can remove this link. There is one link that we have below this. I don't think we need it. We can just comment it out for now. But now you see that we have the actual link rendering. So if you try to get, for instance, to a place where he does this photo student, and now you can see is not authorized. Okay, so right now just go ahead and try to customize the actual things we want to do, by the way, for this person. So even these links, let's link them seriously right now. Okay, so let's just start with the teacher. Just a second. Okay, so let's add the actual links. I'm just going to go ahead for teachers. For instance, we'll have exam, which is going to be, for instance, now photo, teachers, teacher, and then we have exam or exams. The count, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the count, and then I will have the question bank, and then this is going to be questions, and then we'll have the exam papers, we'll have the exam, like we will have like many things for these. Exam papers, and then for the icons we can put, for instance, here the book, open or something, then question bank, I don't know, we can just like have some different icons for that matter. So you can see we have these three things right now. The papers, can I just go to Lucid icons, scroll text. So I'm just going to use scroll text for this. Scroll text. Okay, so let's say these are the things that we have in this. Here, of course, we'll put the logo. We have the logo component. I will just plug it in a second. But here we are good. And then this dashboard link is going to be going to, so this is in the common links here. This one is going to take to back to the portal. Okay, let's also add this logo here. The logo, we can just say copy in the app sidebar what we are rendering. Somewhere we have this logo, so just go here, let's go to photo sidebar. Okay, photo sidebar, and let's go to where we have this Akimi. Here I'm just going to add the logo. Okay, let's see, and you can see the logo is here, Unique High School. They should not have this. The PX I don't know if it is just like really necessary to have this. Let me first see if I remove this and also this. I think the only thing is on this other button which has notification. We can add margin right of 4 or 6 just to move it back in that position. Okay, I think at this point this is okay, so he can go back, and here return back home. We should just, in the not authorized, we should return I don't know where we should return, either to the dashboard, and depending on the role, I think let's go to the not authorized component. Now we could also pass in, if you wanted, we could pass in the role, but for now it is, let's return to the login actually, because the login is going to help us return to dashboard. I'm just going to show you what I mean. If you just try to go to the login page, is where we're going to handle that logic. If you go to the login, we take either to the dashboard or to the portal, depending on the role that you have. Okay, for now, let's just have some links for this. Now this is the teacher. So what I just need to do is I want to log out and I log in as a parent. Okay. Let's log in as a parent. So in the parent side, I just need to go to the sidebar, photo sidebar. Now these links should reflect also on the small screen. Now on the small screen we have different links altogether. If you just go here, now you see, you are seeing the other old links, so we need to handle this. Okay, let me just close this, and this comes from the portal header. So we'll have to have also the way of having this. Okay, so I can just go and export this function, export let's export this function. The good thing is that we can just go ahead and just do this, copy, and we go to the role based, we go to the portal header, and we do this, and we first import this, and then here we're just going to pass in user.role. Nice. And now we use this sidebar links. We can just call them wherever we want, sidebar links or navigation links or links, whichever we want, and then let's map these ones onto here, because we have these links here. Okay, actually, so I could just go back to the sidebar and just have the same thing like this. Okay, just go back to the header. We have exactly the same links, so Just going to paste it here. Just going to have these ones as links. And then the only thing we need to do is the path name. So we're just going to say const path name is equal to use path name. Okay, so we still have one thing, which is this. Okay, so at this point we are good. So if I just go back and I go to inspect, we should have the correct links for the teacher. I don't know what is the error with this. Dialog content requires dialog title for, okay, it is why we have a dialog content and we don't have dialog title, so that is okay. These analytics, we'll handle these ones later, but for now what I want is to make sure that we have these portals working, right? This one is a teacher and you see these links, and if you try to access some other links you cannot. Okay, let's go ahead and log out and log in as a student. I'm just going to log out, so even this one should be working. So if I go back to this API, maybe let's see students, users, students, get students, would just get one student in this unique high school. Why didn't we first create? Let's first log in as teacher, and then this was teacher. I just want to first go and create. So even this one will just control that. It should not, the teacher should not be able to go to the dashboard. We fix that soon, just in a matter of seconds. We'll fix that. But for now, what I want to do is to be able to create a new student, I believe. Let's go and go to users, students, student here, student directory. Okay, we have some students in here. I'm not so sure their logging in credentials. I want to open this in another browser, like this one. Okay, and let's try to log in with this to see if it works. I'm just going to copy this. Let's create a new, or let's create a student we are going to be using for this case. I think we should first create the parent, so that we also just know if we see, let's start with the parent. So the parent, let's create all these details. Claire Robbins. Okay, I'm just going to add. Okay, let's just like leave that Claire Robbins. Maybe I'm just going to say I'm just going to say put a weird name like this, Johnson. Father, national ID, male, date of birth, let's just say here 1980. Okay, WhatsApp, email. Now here they just say put, since he's a parent, they just say parent at unique. This is just to help me to remember. .com. Then let's go and put the password for this parent. Is going to be parent at 2024. Okay. We could add an image for this parent. Seems not to be having any okay, let me use this guy. Okay, so this is parent at 2024, and then we have the phone address and all that. Okay, so this is everything seems to be all right. The most important thing is this. Okay, the occupation, let's say, is a full stack developer. Okay, and then let's just say is in also Kampala, Uganda. Okay, so this is good. Let's go and create this parent. Okay, nice. And now we can just go ahead and create a student with this parent in mind. Let's create a random student, Fernandez. Now, even the student is going to be able to log in, so I'm just going to call this student at unique. Okay, student at unique.com. Let's select the parent is going to be this one, senior 4. Does S4 streams? Has no streams. Let's choose S1 A. Okay, nice. And then the password. So let's make this as student at 2024. Very easy just to remember. And then religion, let me just leave that. These ones is going to be in Chireka, Mayor. Let's leave the, and is a private student. Address is going to be also Chireka, Kampala. Do I have like address 2 times? Okay, this is village. Okay, nice. Okay, so I'm just going to come here, save students. Let's remember this here. I'm also going to go ahead and save. So when a parent logs in, okay, seems like there is something we have not filled in very nicely. Select gender. Let's do this. Look at everything. Can we first see what is the problem? Oh, I know this problem is we have this problem whereby you can see user created and the student created successfully. So the student was created, but I don't know why it is not routing. That is also a problem on its own, you know, but the student was created. We check that, but for now let's move on. So what I just want to do, first of all, I want to restrict if Now a teacher comes this side, he should not be. Okay. I think there should be like a checkpoint, like a point at which we are checking who is who, so that we know which part of the portal to route them. We're doing that on the login. The problem right now, if I try to go on the login, you will see that it will route me back to the dashboard, I believe. Yeah. So we don't want this. When someone goes to the login, they should be routed back to maybe to the checkpoint, whereby we check and we know where to redirect. So if you check here, or maybe we just go on the login anyways. So I just go on the login. So what is routing them? Login. I just want login page instead. So what is routing them is this. This could be the checkpoint here, whereby we check if there is a user, and then we could just say, for instance, const role is equal user dot role, and then from this we could redirect. So the const path is going to be equal to, so we just check if the role, for instance, is equal to, so it's like with the admin, if the path is equal to the admin, if this is true, maybe we could just like do the, because there are so many of them, anyways, we're just going to say if it's the admin, then we just going to, if this is true, then we set this to the dashboard. Okay, and then we check else. Okay, so we could just say if the role is equal admin or super admin, I believe. If the role is admin or let me see, or is equal to super admin, then if any of these is true, then we could route to dashboard, else we route to the portal, just like this. Now with this in place, we can of course now route to the path. Here, redirect the path. Now the what I need is to protect the pages in this. Okay, so for instance, in the back here in this, we could check and we redirect back to the login if there is no user or user, maybe here you could just say here allowed role, we say const allowed role is equal to, so the allowed roles could be okay, let me see. So here we just need to, we could just say if is not equal if no user, or the user is there but the role, if the user dot role is equal to, so now since there are so many, we could check if not equal. So if is not equal to admin here, if the, just put this, if no user, or actually this is supposed to be here, okay, or if there is no user, what is this if saying? This does not return if user or not equal to admin, let me just put here, or user, if user dot role is also not equal to super admin, for some reason super admin is not there. Just say super admin. Even this is going to be not equal super admin. Now this has to be below here because after they have checked the user. Okay. User role not equal admin, or user dot role not equal super admin. How comes in this here, what do we have? They only bring admin. Why? Okay, I'm just going to add this also. If this also want to redirect to the login. Okay, I wanted to add o user role not equal, and then here they're still giving us, I don't know why, they give only still the admin. Okay, let's first leave like this. Okay, so if right now you try this, you can see it. So if you try to go to the dashboard, you will see that you are redirected to the portal because they check and you are a teacher, you're not allowed to go the other side. It is taking you to the login, and then the login is redirecting us properly. Okay, nice. What we need right now is to log out, and log in as for instance a parent. So let's go ahead and say parent. And then this is going to be parent. Okay. Yeah, so you can see here under this, it has welcome parent, and the name is here, and the image is here. Nice. And then has the students. Let's work on this link. I'm just going to change it to my children or something. We could just change it, I don't know, but let me just go and just go to the sidebar, and the links that are here, I'm just going to change them that are under parent. I'm just going to call it my children, and dash is going to be portal. This is going to be parent, and then we're just going to have this page children, and then this is going to be users, and then the count, we don't need to have the count. Okay, for now we could just like have only this. This should be not hard to fetch. We should just now fetch the list of the kids. We could just go here and have let me just go to v0, create for me a list of cards. Okay, showing students for a particular parent. When a parent logs into the parent portal, I want him to see the cards of his children, and each card should have a link to see the detailed page. So like let's see how these cards are going to look. Do they have the so that we see. Let's see how this it went and created even like the function together, parent ID, blah blah. Okay, so there is this Alice, Bob, and Charles, like this. grade 6, age this, and view details. I think this is okay. Grade, and then the age. Can you use the student image, then registration number, which is of this of which format? If we just go back to the API, these are students, which has name, first last name, email, parent, class, stream, parent name, stream title, region, gender, admission date, and then reg number. So we just want to the reg number. Okay, let me see. Want to see the reg number. So here just going to say can you add on the student card the image, the student reg number, e.g., and then what it is? Do you want to the I would want to the class and the stream. So we have class ID, student type, stream ID. Do we have the actual stream? So we should have like the actual stream. Okay, if we don't have them, then we're not going to show them. Okay, we have the class title and the stream, so we can just have the p3. How do we have the class, which is p3, and then we have the stream title? We chose, I believe, in the must have made a mistake somewhere in that, but we have the class and the stream. So I'm just going to show here, show also the class, e.g. p2, and the stream, e.g. p2a. Let's see how it is going to improve the card. So now it has the ID, name, reg number, class, stream, age, and the image URL. Okay. So in the portal, I'm just going to come in the portal here, and in the portal I can add another file, which is going to be, for instance, parents, and then I'm just going to set student list .tsx, and then I'm just going to copy this okay, class, stream, age, and then you can view details. Okay, just go to code. Let me just, there is a student card, student list. Okay, let's just go here. We have student list. Then we have this function get students. We're just going to do that in a second, but for now we have student list which is taking in a parent ID. No, it's going to only have the actual students actually. So inside here we have the student card. Let's go ahead and create the student card. .tsx student card, like this. Copy this and let's add the student card here. Okay, everything is okay now. We pass in all these student card props, which are these ones. So when just like fetching that, we just go and get these here. For this is passing in the student. So I believe what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go here and pass in the students. So here just going to pass in the students. And here is going to say students. We have the student here. And this is going to, we're just going to rename this to brief student. For now, it's going to say brief student. Even we don't need this function, get students by parent ID. We'll have that function as, so this one is going to be students of type brief student array, just like this. So we need to import the student card like so. Okay, so let's go and use the student list. So we said in our sidebar, if you remember, under the parent we have portal parent children. So here we're just going to have portal, we have already parent, and inside here we're just going to have, okay, yeah, actually on this very page we could just do that. They just go and put them on this. Just going to put the student list. So here just going to get the students, and I'm just going to change a little bit in this side, this one, portal parent, and then let's go ahead, try to get this. So got actions that we have parents, get all parents. So just going to get one which says get students, get students by parent ID. So this is going to be the parent ID. So when you just go here, response is going to be API get. So just go parents. Here we have school. Okay, I think we need to pass in even that. So just going to pass in the parent and the school, because we need to know which school. School ID, which is going to be also a string. So we just get parents in a particular school, and then we have school ID. I'm just going to how do we get these ones? Have a particular school. So we could just like now at this point, okay. Um, Maybe we could just get students. Maybe we could just route to the students. Yes, like route to the students. Okay. Then we have, actually at this point we might not need actually the school ID. We just need the parent ID. Yeah. So the school parent and then parent ID. Parent ID. This is going to be unique in the whole entire database. That's the good thing. So just like have this students parent. I'm just going to see this route. Okay, so there is where we have like the students router. So we're just going to duplicate this. We have students, and then we have the parent, and then this is going to be the parent ID. This first, make sure that these are matching. Students parent ID, students parent ID, and then where we have this, I'm just going to duplicate. We have get students by parent ID. We get this the parent ID, and then here just find many where. Now I should have like the parent ID. Okay, this is good. So if I just go and I get like a list of parents, let's first go back for a second in the API, get students by parent ID, just get this, and let's go back to the controllers, to the routes where we have this. Should just like add this. Now if I just go back here where I have get students, I'm just going to get a student. In fact, let's get the parents, get the parent, and this is the ID. So if we just go to students, where we have students slash parent and slash ID, should just give us back the student, right? Now all these details are many, we just need to get few. Okay, we need few. I'm just going to go to this. So first, I'm just going to apply a select. So just going to say select. And then you're just going to select some few, the ones we need from the student list, these ones. So just copy this. Okay, so we need ID. It's going to be true. Name, so do they have named true? I don't know if there is a name. Okay, then we have reg number true. Then class title, so this is going to be class title. It's going to be true. And then we have this which is going to be stream, also stream title, I believe. It's going to be true. And then the age, there is no age. Do we have age? Age true. We don't have age, unless we put date of birth. So you can say put date of birth, DOB. And then finally we have the image URL, which is going to be true. Okay, so this is now okay. So if we just go back here, send one more time, we should have a few things here now. We have this date of birth, which is just like I think a string, right? I'm just going to have this function. Just going to say create a Typescript function that gets age from date of this format, and the date is of this format. Just have that. So after doing this fetch, now we can just go and call this in the web. So in the web, before that, let's go to the parents, get students by ID. So this is going to return students, and this is going to be students, and this is going to be brief. I don't know, did we call it student brief or something? Student. Okay, we did not, I think, export this. And now instead we're just going to be not having the age direct, we're just going to be having DOB, which is going to be again of type string, I believe. So this we will have to change a little bit, but for now let's focus on using this. Student brief, is it like brief student? I see brief student. Okay. Now if I just go here, I will get the students const students is going to be equal to await get students by parent ID, and let's pass in the parent. Right now is going to be const user, which is going to be equal to await get server user. Let me make this async, and then we pass in here user.id, user.id. Okay, so of course this is going to be there, we are sure of that. So just get the students and this pass the students. Okay. And for some reason, if we cannot get the students, so if you just say here, if students dot length is greater than 0, then we're just going to show this. Else, we can just show a div with h2 which says you don't have any students or any children, or I don't know. So for this, if student dot length okay, we could just say if students and or in fact just give this by default an empty array, and then here students are going to be equal to students. Okay, so we have this. If we just now go to the student list, we get them and then we pass them here. So here just going to be having this one as I believe this should just be like brief student. Let me just see. Oh, okay, just like was renaming. This one just going to say brief student. This is going to be DOB. So let's go ahead and calculate age from that. Let me see if this did for me this function. Okay. In this card, I can just have this function outside if I want. It just gets that string and birth, and then gets the current date, and then gets this dot that, and then for more precise calculation, I don't think like it is necessary. We will just like briefly get that. Okay, so down here where we have the age, we could just say, just gonna say get current calculate age. So we could just have here a calculate age, and then we take in D or B, just like that. Okay, at this point we're just going to have a link for details later, but for now, okay, we need to go to this my children should go portal parent, and then this is saying you don't have any children. Okay, just a second, and I want to go to the page. Just add some padding of maybe 8. It is saying you don't have any children. Can I get the ID? I could just get the ID of this parent, here, user dot id. So that, okay, so this is the id. Let me copy it, go to postman, and let's get this. Okay, so this parent does not. Oh, who is logged in? Is this like a, yeah, this is a parent who is logged in. And accordingly, we are saying he has no children. That's weird. Let's go to students. Let's first go to parents. We have this ID. Okay, the student is here. The problem is that the ID we have here is for a different person. This is Mwebaza Johnson, and the ID of Mwebaza Johnson is different. If you go to parents, this is him. Where are we getting that ID? Oh, this one is user ID. Oh, okay. This is user ID. Yeah, then we have this one, which is this. Oh, okay. I understand. Remember, we have the user ID, and also so the one we have here is the actual IDs logged in with, but then the other one we created was a parent profile, is the one that we are using. We have to think about that. Let me see in a second in the API. So if we went here, we get the params, and in the students we find where the parent ID. There is no any user ID in this case. That means we have also to save the user. This is user ID. We need to have the profile ID. The profile ID that we are using to fetch, because the relationship we have in the schema, if I just go back to the schema here and we look between the, for instance, the teacher, can I just have like for the student? So if you just go and look in the student, you will see that there is user, a one-to-one relationship with the user, because even the student is a user, so they have a relationship with the parent ID, which has this parent, and the parent is a profile. So okay, so what we need to do is, upon the login, we need also to have that the profile ID. How do we get the profile ID? On the user. if we just go to the login endpoint, which is giving us the user, I think it must have been the users. We have create user, we have login user. So here we get this, we get existing user. If they check if the user already exists, if the user is not there, then check the password and everything, generate the tokens, and then get these tokens, and we store them. Then we go ahead and remove the sensitive data. Okay, so at this point is where we could add, because if we just add the user in the login, we don't actually have the profile ID for this user. Because the one we have within the relationship is, so when a parent logs in, we might need to fetch the user ID. Now we could populate this here on this point here, but this route is used by different people, so that is not good. So the alternative we have is, after they have logged in, where we have to fetch the parent. Okay, so we just go back here to the web. So in this here, where we are going to get this, we'll get the user will get us the user ID. We go ahead and get the parent profile. So here, const parent profile. So we just have to get the parent profile. Okay, so I'm just going to say const just get a parent profile. At this point, I think we should also just create which is only giving us the ID, the profile ID. So I just say const profile ID. I will just have one which is only returning the profile ID. Profile ID is going to be equal to, so get profile ID. This should take in the user ID, which is going to be user.id. I'm not sure if it should also take in the school ID. And then also is going to take in is taking in the role, okay, which is going to be user dot role, just like this. So let's go ahead and create this get profile ID. Sorry, just get and go and create this. This is going to be the user for some reason. I'm just going to say export async function, and then just going to get this. We're taking now the profile, the user ID, which is going to be a string, and the role which is going to be the user role. Okay, and then we can just have a try catch. And maybe just go to any of these and try to get one of these and just paste it here. So we have this and the role, so we can just say const. This is going to go to users ID, users, this is going to be user ID, and then this is going to be profile. Do we need to put that? I just like first leave it like this, ID. Now I'm just going to attach the role just like this, role equal to dollar role, just like that. And then for whatever is going to return is going to be ID. Is going to return the profile ID is going to be ID string. Just like this for now. So I need to create this. We have to create this in the users this side. These are in the controllers. We just do this. Just get any of these. Okay, just get any of these. We'll just change it. So here I'm just going to say get user profile ID, user profile ID. So this is going to get access to the user ID in the params, and then it will also get the role from request.query, I think, and then we can just say const. This is going to be user. Okay, just get here the profile ID. The problem is we don't know where to fetch, because when we say db.student, we don't know this role. We have to do a lot of if statements. Okay, because we have the role, we have const user role is equal role, I think, as user role. Do we have user role from Prisma client like this? Now we could find we could just say maybe late profile is equal something. Could just say late profile ID is equal to late profile ID is equal to empty, and then we could now do this. Profile ID is going to be equal okay. Let me just go here, do an if statement. If role is equal to, okay, here just going to say if user role is equal to, so get here. For instance, in this case, we need, like, for instance, the parent, and then we could just like define the profile here is await, and then here we go to the parent, and we're just going to say find unique, then remove this where, so just going to say where user ID, so this takes in this user ID, and then also role, no, already we don't need the role, we don't need to do also select, okay, select ID. So I believe at this point this one is return so this cannot be because it's saying type ID string on our enable type string, so this is supposed to be the type we are going to give this one. This one has this type. Profile ID find unique. This one I'm just going to say now for now. Okay, so we find it, and then here we just return the profile ID. Okay, they just go and see this get user profile ID. Let's go here in the users. Okay, so we're just going to have something like users, we have user ID, and then we get this function. So here we pass in the user ID, that's why we are getting it as the param, but then it has also the query, which is the role. So if we go to the API, just first go back to the web, try to fix some things in the parent. Let's go ahead and code this. Now for these ones, we could just actually just say if there is no user route the login, but we are very sure this will be there. I just say if no user, just we could just say return, just like this. This will be now there, just like this. So we should be having the profile ID, and this profile ID is what we will pass in this. Okay, so they're saying this returns a promise. Okay, we didn't await. Await. Now, if you remember, this was returning an object, I believe. Like, let's say this, just going to call this one profile data, I believe, or something. What we get here is profile data. Then it's going to be profile data dot id. Now let's go back to this, because whatever we get back here, this data, okay, just like add it. Okay, profile data, maybe we could just say profile data dot id, just like this. Then this will leave it the way it was, as profile id, and then we use this profile id here. Just like this. Okay, so it is a lot of things, but so far we should just refresh, and yeah, you can see now we have the one student back from this whole thing. Okay, we have at least one student. There is no stream and class, but I'm just going to fix that in a second. It's just because in the card, if you look at the student card, we have name, reg number, stream. So this one is supposed to be stream title. If you look in this, the brief student, I don't know why this one they called it, they spread everything. I'm just going to pass this as data. So I'm just going to say we receive the data, so that all these just in the student list here. I'm just going to say data is equal to student. Okay, I'm seeing here the thing is not seen with intrinsic property. Data does not exist on the student card, I believe. In fact, just say student. The student we pass in here. In the card, we're just going to get the student, and then student, and then the student is of type brief student, just like that. And then here we can just have now student. In fact, if we wanted student dot image, and then here it's going to be student student dot name. Here is going to be student dot name, student dot reg number. Then while we have the class, we have the student dot okay, where do we get this class? Student dot stream. Then you're just going to have student dot dob, and finally then you have the student dot id, student dot id. For this, we're just going to change the brief student here. This comes as class title. Then even this comes as a stream title. Others remain. So if you come back to the card, this is class title and this is stream title. Let's go and see. Refresh. Yeah, so you can see is in senior 1 and senior 1A and age of 28. Okay, so at least this is a success, and we can just like going to pass here the details. If we just go here, welcome parent, we're just going to have the statistics, but at least this is good. For the student, let's just go ahead and log out this. I want to log in as a student very fast. Okay, so you can see seeing only the timetable. Okay, is seeing the timetable. For now, they will show them. Of course, they'll be seeing the timetable and all that. I'm just going to go to the timetable. To this portal student page. So here where we have now welcome student, and we have to protect these pages, all of them. Okay, for now let me just go to the sidebar, and for the student, let's add portal student. Timetable, let's just like put calendar or something, and let's remove the count. Okay, so you just go here, it is active, and then we have this welcome student. We can just go to the student here, and then we'll have, so these wrappers, they are going to be, because all the routes for these different people are going to be into these, so we'll have one layout. So let me copy this layout here. This one is not, let's just create in the student, let me create the layout .tsx rfc. So I'm just going to call this as layout, and then let's pass in children, and they are going to be children of type React node. And then here let's put children. So this is why we're just going to be putting the role-based wrapper. So this wrapper here is what is going to go in here. Sorry, just get this wrapper, and let's put it here. And then here we pass in the children, just like this. So I can just like copy this layout, paste it in the, copy this, go to the, go to the parent, paste it, and let's change this to parent. This is a teacher. If we just go to the teacher, let's put in this, and then this is going to be teacher. Okay, so the good thing with that, then here let's go back in a second. In the page, we don't need that. Just put this as a div. Let's give this class name student timetable, maybe. Okay. Let me just add a padding of 8. Okay, so we have this thing where we have now the students can log in, they can log out in their respective portals, and if a student tries to go to the teacher, okay, this will be not authorized. Okay, can return back to the login, and then they will return back to where they are in the first place. Okay, so we'll customize these also, and then it will be nice. So far, they can also not visit the dashboard. They just go back to the portal. Okay, so I think that have been really nice. We can stop here for today. It is already 3 hours, so we can stop here for today. We resume in the next episode. So this week I'm just going to be constantly working on it. We'll have now the statistics, we'll have all the things we need in different things. I wanted us to work for teachers. We didn't manage to reach there. I wanted us to go ahead and work on the teachers, where we're going to look at the exam modules and blah blah. We couldn't reach there, but this is a good start whereby different people can log in respective schools, and they can see their things. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here. I will see you in the next episode.